What is it like though, touching the ball as much as you have, especially the last couple of games, but the last game? I mean, does it take those to kind of like let yourself kind of go a little bit? You understand what I'm saying? Kind of play free.
It definitely does. It helps me out a lot when I do have the ball in my hands. It makes me more comfortable, and I feel like that I am more comfortable with the ball now. At this level because I've had it in the past games, and so going on in the future, I feel like I could be more comfortable with it.
Hey Jalin, how did you, in your first start as the punt returner, how did you look on film? What was the feedback from the coaches on how you did?
I feel like I looked pretty well, and I feel like they gave me good feedback as far as how well I did. They said I was aggressive. I didn't shy back from the coverage. I got the ball and I put my foot in the ground and went. So I think they liked that a lot.
It's a battle. It's a battle.
Go ahead, Kirk. Is that your job now? Is that your job now?
As far as I know, I think it's my job. It's my job to keep that job. So I feel like I did a pretty good job in the game Saturday as far as production. So going on forward, I just want to, be more productive back there, and I feel like I can break a couple.
When is that determined? Is that determined midweek? Is that determined on Thursday, or do you find out Saturday that you're the guy? When do they let you know you're the guy?
I mean, they tell you early in the week, but you have to produce well in practice to play in the game. So I mean, we have a punt return day, and if I do well in practice, you're basically the starter that week. So.
Jalin,
I got you.
I was reading this weekend you gave up the chance to play quarterback, I think, at some fairly substantial D1 schools. Why did you do that to come here and not play your natural position?
Because I felt like, for the next level for me wouldn't be quarterback just because of, the height and all that stuff. And I felt like it was a lot of challenges there for me to play at the next level. And so looking at it, it was easier for me to play. I didn't want to necessarily take the easier route, but I feel like I took the smarter route as far as moving to receiver. Coach Meyer has definitely made me a better receiver, and I continue to get better every week.
What were those schools, or one school that gave you you saw a path to play fairly quickly?
Right. I mean, I feel like, Cincinnati was pretty high on me at quarterback, but I felt that was just because I was right in the area, too, and they wanted me there. So, I mean, all the schools that pretty much told me a quarterback at first, but I kind of felt that they were going to switch me. That's why I just went ahead and switched myself, yeah.
Jalin, do you have friends or family or anybody, students, and somebody sits next to you in a class or something that brings up Michigan State or what's ahead for you guys? Both of you won by the exact same score on Saturday. You're like in lockstep toward this meeting you got on November 8th.
I mean, you try not to look ahead as far because, we got 2 big games coming up before that. But, if people talk about it, you got to kind of try to stay away from it. But it's always in the back of your mind, Michigan State. But we can't look past the good Penn State team that we have this weekend. So.
What is it that makes them a good Penn State team?
Penn State, they have a great university and a great program. I think that's a big reason they're a good team. They stuck together through all the adversity they had, which also makes them a good team. So, that's a good one thing we have to look forward to going into Penn State.
What do you know about the culture? Go ahead, Laurie. What do you know about their fan base? Because I expect they'll be pretty loud on.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I've never been to Penn State, so I've heard about it from the my teammates. Said it was pretty crazy environment. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So.
What's the culture like in that wide receivers room? I mean, wide receivers have a reputation for being,
it's kind of we have an interesting group. We have some interesting personalities. I think everybody has their own, and that comes from being a wide receiver. So I mean, Coach Smith, I think he handles it all well in our own little personalities, and it's fun. I mean, I love my guys to death. I feel like they love me. So,
can you elaborate on the personalities a little bit?
We got Mike Thomas. He's kind of the clown of the class clown of the room. He always makes those comments. You got Evan Spencer, the leader. He's like the class president. So we got Devin Smith. He's the goofiest one in the room. He do all the impersonations and stuff like that. Mock all the coaches. And you got Dontre. He's probably the jokester. He's the class comedian. He talks about everybody. He don't never let nobody take a break about the outfits and stuff. And then we got Corey Smith. He kind of quiet, but he is the clown too. We all clowns.
What about you?
And then, I don't know about me. I'm just listening to Coach Smith and go to practice. That's what I do.
But you guys are all sharing the load, and a lot of times receivers, they want the ball. Keyshawn.
Right. I mean, I feel like we want to win more than we want the ball. So I mean, if if we do have to get the ball to win, I feel like we can make the plays that is given to us. So that's why it's not so much of a battle in the room anymore, because we just want to win.
When you got a young quarterback, is it easier to lobby for the ball? JT was saying after the game that after every play, the 5 guys or the 4 guys who don't get the ball, they were all open too, because he hears about it in the huddle.
Yeah, and that is one thing that you come off the sideline, even if you're open or not, you're gonna tell the quarterback you're open because you want to at least get looked at or something. But I mean, JT he's doing a great job, and I really think he stepped up to the challenge of being a quarterback here. And although we do tell him that we're open, he still goes through his reads and he's making the correct throws and he's leading us to victory.
The pass that he threw to you, I think there was a skinny post right before Nick's touchdown pass. Is that about as well as you can throw that play?
Yeah. I mean, you can't put it any better. He put it right there for me to catch and picked up a good first down. So
Both Rod Smith and Evan Spencer said that they saw a moment when it clicked for JT leadership-wise. Is there a moment that stands out to you where you just thought, kid's got it?
Yeah, I think the locker room, and we was in the locker room before the game after we lost to Virginia Tech. He kind of put the offense on his back and took responsibility for the offense, and he told us that he got us no matter what. And I think that really sunk into everybody on the offensive side, especially me. Being young, being in the same class as him, really meant a lot for me to feel like he really had my back because I really got his. So.
Are you talking about in the post-game locker room or the locker room before the next game?
Before the next game.
Penn State?
Yeah.
You guys are putting up some big numbers offensively. You're playing a team, Penn State, statistically at least, defensively, they're top 5 in the country, number 1 against the run. Do you, as an offense, is like, all right, let's go? I mean, do you look forward to a challenge against a defense like this?
Yes, sir. I think we definitely look forward to a challenge, because we want to be considered one of the best offenses in the country, just like they're considered one of the best defenses. So I feel like if we just go out and execute like we have been in the past couple of weeks, that we can score, 50 points again.
Jalin, is your game, how would you describe your game specifically when you got the ball in your hands? Are you full speed ahead, or are you able to see things that kind of like surprise you sometimes? I mean, how would you describe when you have the ball in your hands and what you're doing after that?
I feel like when I get the ball, I just I want to score. So as soon as I grab it, I turn upfield as quick as I can and run as fast as I can to the straightest line to the end zone. So go ahead.
Well, no, but what are you seeing? I mean, but obviously, if there's a guy standing in front of you, you can't run right over.
Right.
I mean, how are you taking it all in? I guess
it comes quick. It comes quick. It's quicker than high school. I can tell you that. So I mean, I'm getting adjusted to it. More and more I get the ball in my hands, I feel like I can make more people miss. But it's coming to me. It's coming to me.
How much of the offense have we seen so far? In other words, is there stuff that you guys are working on in practice the last couple of weeks that you just haven't rolled out in a game yet? How much of the offense have we seen so far on Saturdays?
I think the spread offense is so broad that you really can't show all of it in one game, because it's built to beat so many different defenses. So I think, yes, we do have a lot of stuff that we haven't ran in the game that we can run in the future.